Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Before we dive into today's exciting topic, I want to mention that in our previous video, we explained about the present tense in detail. If you did not watch that yet, please go and watch it also. It will complete your understanding of how to speak about your daily life. Today, we are finishing our special tense series with the third and final part, which is all about the future tense. And joining me again to make this super simple is my amazing co-host, Anjali. Welcome, Anjali.
Well, hi, Raj. Thank you so much. I am thrilled to be here for this finale. Friends, the future tense is incredibly exciting because it allows us to talk about our dreams, our upcoming goals, our weekend plans, and how to make promises. Just like the past and present, the future tense also has 4 types. Today, we will use a beautiful story to help you master all of them without memorizing boring rules.
That sounds like a wonderful plan. Beginners often get confused about when to use will versus will be or will have. Let's clear up all those doubts today. Who is our character for today's story?
Let's talk about a young woman named Aisha. Aisha dreams of starting her own organic food business. Next month, Aisha will launch her website. She will sell healthy snacks online, and she will invite all her friends to the opening event. She is very determined to succeed.
This is a great vision. Now, when you talk about Aisha's immediate plans, you use phrases like will launch, will sell, and will invite. This represents our very first type, correct?
Yes, Raj. This is the simple future tense. We use it to express an action that will happen at some point in the future. It is also used when we make sudden decisions or promises. The structure is incredibly simple. You just take the subject, add will, and then use the first form of the verb. For example, Aisha will launch her website. It is a straightforward statement about the future.
Excellent. So if I tell our viewers, tomorrow I will upload a new video and I will read your comments, I'm using the simple future because these are actions I intend to do tomorrow.
Exactly, Raj. Now, let's step into the future and look at what Aisha will be doing during her launch week. Next Tuesday morning, Aisha will be packing her very first orders. She will be checking her website analytics, and her team will be managing the customer service live.
These sound like actions that will be actively happening at that specific time. She will be packing and she will be checking. What type is this?
This is the future continuous tense. We use it to describe an action that will be in progress or ongoing at a specific moment in the future. To form these sentences, we use will be followed by the verb with an ing ending. Think of it as a live match happening in the future. For instance, this time tomorrow, you and I will be working on our next project.
That makes it very vivid. We will be working. It means the action will be ongoing at that future time. But what about the third form? Let's say we look further into the future, like the end of next year. How do we show that a goal is successfully completed?
That brings us to the future perfect tense. By the end of next year, Aisha will have completed 1 year of her business. She will have delivered thousands of orders, and she will have expanded her team to 5 people.
This is interesting. The action is in the future, but we are talking about it being completed. Can you explain why we use this form?
Of course. Many students find this tricky, but it is actually very useful. We use the future perfect tense when we want to look back from a point in the future and talk about an action that will be finished before that specific time. The structure is will have plus the third form of the verb. When we say Aisha will have completed 1 year, it means by the time next year ends, that milestone is already achieved.
Ah, I see. It's like setting a deadline for an achievement. For example, if I plan to finish my book by Sunday evening, I can say, by Sunday night, I will have read the entire book.
Spot on, Raj. You mastered that perfectly. Now, let's look at the fourth and final form. Aisha's journey will require consistent effort over a long period. Imagine it's the year 2030. Aisha started her business in 2026. So by 2030, she will have been running her business for 4 years.
Will have been running. This sounds like the longest tense of all. This must be the future perfect continuous tense. When should our viewers use this?
We use the future perfect continuous tense to show that an action will continue up to a certain point in the future, and we want to emphasize the duration of that action. The structure is will have been plus the verb with an ing ending. We also add a time phrase like for 4 years to show how long the action has been going on by that future date.
Let me try to make a sentence for our viewers. If an employee plans to stay at their job until next December, and that marks their 5-year anniversary, we can say by next December, he will have been working at this company for 5 years. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct, Raj. You are doing an amazing job explaining these complex forms.
Thank you, Anjali. Let us quickly summarize all 4 future forms side by side using the verb learn so our beginner viewers can see the exact difference easily.
Sure, let's do it. First, simple future. I will learn English. This is a statement about a future action or promise. Second, future continuous. I will be learning English tomorrow at 5 o'clock. This means the action will be in progress at that exact time. Third, future perfect. I will have learned English by next year. This means the learning process will be successfully completed before next year arrives. Fourth, future perfect continuous. By next month, I will have been learning English for 6 months. This emphasizes the duration of my continuous effort up to that future point.
Wow, seeing them all together like this makes the entire future tense look so simple. This brings us to the end of our complete 3-part tense series. We have successfully covered the past tense, the present tense, and now the future tense.
Yes, Raj, it has been an incredible journey. Though, if you practice these 3 episodes regularly and speak with confidence, you will never struggle with English grammar again.
I completely agree. Thank you so much, Anjali, for sharing your wonderful storytelling method and making grammar so enjoyable for everyone.
It was my absolute pleasure, Raj. Thank you for having me, and thank you to all our amazing listeners.
To all our viewers, this might be the end of our tense series, but it's just the beginning of many more learning videos. Please leave a comment below and let us know how much this series helped you. We want to hear your feedback so we can plan our upcoming videos based on what you want to learn next.
Yes, please share your suggestions. Your comments inspire us to create better content for you.
And here's your final comment challenge. Write 1 sentence in the comments below using the future perfect tense. Tell us 1 goal you will have achieved by the end of this year. We are reading and replying to your sentences. Thank you for watching, keep practicing, and we'll see you in our next video. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Take care and see you soon.